Davy. I'm awesome. And welcome to Davy's Awesome Stories, where I tell funny stories from my past or go on a rant in an effort to make you laugh. This week I thought I would talk about a time-honored tradition from the past. Remnants of an older society. A rite of passage. The crank call. From the moment that phones were invented, the crank call began. In fact, I would have loved to have been there when Alexander Graham Bell got his first crank call and was like, dude, I know who you are. You're the only other person I gave a phone to. Crank calls were amazing back in the day, but they kept dropping off worse and worse as time went on because we started getting caller ID, star 69. Now everybody has a cell phone that tells you the numbers. And if it says unknown, you just don't answer it. I don't. If I don't recognize a number or it says blocked number or something like that, I just let it go to voicemail, and if it was important, you'll leave a voicemail. But I remember the sweet, good old days when you had no idea who was calling you. The only way you were going to know who was calling you was to answer that freaking phone. And that's when we shined. Now, of course, as time went on, our prank calls got better and better. First, they'd start out stupid like, is your refrigerator running? Well, good, you don't want your food to spoil. But I remember what really inspired us to step it up a notch was a couple of guys called the Jerky Boys. The Jerky Boys would release these CDs of them making prank calls, and they were funny as heck. They would put on characters, do voices. It was like, why don't we do the same? But again, the older and older we got, the more impossible that did get. Because it used to be you just open the phone book, grab a random number, call them, and make them regret having a phone. But then, caller IDs. Star 69. If you don't know what that is, if you hung up and they pushed star 69, it would now call you. There was no way around anymore. The best you could do was call a business, and they would usually just hang up on you the moment they realized you were screwing with them. But I remember the Mecca. The best time to ever make prank calls was when I was a telemarketer. Yes, I was a telemarketer for about 6 months. And at the time, I got into it because I was 16 years old, and it was the best option for a 16-year-old. It wasn't a restaurant. I didn't have to do anything disgusting. I got to sit there and be on the phone all day. Then I realized I'd rather work in a restaurant and do things that are disgusting. Being a telemarketer is just a terrible, terrible job. Like, it's basically like, hey, we're going to pay you to get yelled at by people all day. Because that's the thing. In regular customer service, yes, people yell at you all the time, but not nearly as much as being a telemarketer. Probably because some people will wimp out if they have to do it face-to-face. Most people don't have a problem doing it to some random person on the phone. And this is where this telemarketing company really messed up. Yes, we had to sell things, but the only motivation to sell them was to keep your job. That's it. You made a certain quota of sales every day, you could coast the rest of the day. We didn't make commission or nothing like that. I was 16, I could only work so many hours. I was going to make the same regardless if I got way above my quota or my quota. And the thing was, I wasn't the only one who noticed this. Several of us noticed, like, hey, we're going to make the same amount regardless. So it kind of became a thing. Get your quota sales out of the way, then have some fun. Which we did. Constantly. Several of us. Because again, the people calling us can star 69 us all you want. It's not going to do anything. It's random numbers calling you from random parts of the country from a company. If you star 69, you'd be calling my direct line, which did not take incoming calls. And again, depending on who you were around here, you got more elaborate. Like, some people really weren't elaborate. They'd just say something random like, hi, we're calling to distract you as we repossess your car. Which I'll admit was funny when they dropped the phone. But then some of us got more elaborate with it. Like me. Hello? Hi, I'm calling from the Census Bureau. We're doing a survey. Would you mind answering a few questions? Keep in mind, I never said U.S. Census Bureau. I never said what Census Bureau, so the fact that they fell for this crap was kind of on them. Sure, go ahead. We wanted to ask if you are aware and are at all concerned about the growing rate of duck-billed platypuses in the United States. Duck-billed platypus? Yes, sir. The duck-billed platypus has become a domestic animal in the United States and is ever increasing. Some people are very concerned with this. Why? Because studies have shown that soon they will outnumber dogs and cats. Is that a bad thing? Sir, are you aware with how vicious a duck-billed platypus really is? You're talking about those animals that kind of look like beavers with duck bills, right? Yes, sir, those are the goofy bastards I am referring to. I referred to them as goofy bastards and he didn't pick up on it. Your fault. So what's so bad about them? I mean, knowing it's a thing, I kind of want one. Okay, sir, I'm aware this is a little unprofessional, but I'm going to get personal with you for a minute. You do not want a duck-billed platypus as a pet. Why not? Sir, are you at all aware of the mating habits of a duck-billed platypus? No, I can't say I am. Sir, the way a duck-billed platypus mates with another platypus is as such. The male platypus will climb on top of the female platypus. In the duck-billed platypus's legs, there are sort of fangs that they will stick into the female, and it will secrete a venom. Not a poisonous venom that will kill them, but rather a sedative venom that will incapacitate them while they mate. Really? Yes, sir. The duck-billed platypus is nature's date rapist. Now, I would love to tell you what his reaction was to this, but here was the thing. Before I made this prank call, at the time I worked at this place with my best friend, author Ken Lindsay, author of the Gavin English series and the River Runes, available at kenlindsaybooks.com. He had just turned 18. He's 15 months older than I am. And he was the quality assurance at this place. And he didn't care any more than the rest of us. And at the time, he could communicate with us through his little office. Those of us he liked, he would straight up tell us, "Hey, I'm listening and recording for a little bit, so don't goof around for about 4 calls." And then, in some of our cases, those of us he knew would make elaborate prank calls. As soon as he was done, as long as he was on top of getting his stuff done, he'd say something else like, "Okay, I'm all done and I'm bored, so do a prank call. I'm going to listen." Which he had done in this particular case. He wanted me to do a prank call. He wanted some entertainment. And as soon as I said the thing about a duck-billed platypus being nature's date rapist, he laughed. And apparently he had forgotten to turn off his microphone. The customer heard him. Probably figured it was just somebody in the same room as me, but either way, he hung up after that. There was another guy working there. His name was Tyler. He was probably the best at this ever. And the thing I think was the best about him is he never once had to get even a little bit crude, never even a little bit crass. He just had a brilliant way of finding ways to annoy people. One time I was sitting there, he was like, "I'm about to make a prank call." I paused my screen, which was something we could do if we needed to go to the bathroom or something. I didn't realize how long I was going to have a pause screen. I will get to you in a minute. And I plugged my earpiece into his box, which was something people could do for like training purposes. And it was like I got my own live version of Who's On First. Hello? Hello, may I speak to JT Morganberger? He's not here right now. Who is this? Yes, I'll hold. No, he's not here. Who is this? Yes, JT Morganberger? He's not here right now. Who may I ask is calling? Yes, I'll be happy to wait while you get him. He's not here right now. This is his wife. May I ask who's calling? That's fine. No, that's not fine. Who is this? JT Morganberger? No, that's who you want. Who is this? Yes, JT Morganberger, please. He's not here. Who is this? That's fine. That's not fine. Who is this? Oh, yes, I'll be happy to wait while you get him. He's not here right now. Who is this? May I speak to JT Morganberger, please? He's not here right now. Who is this? That's fine. No, that's not fine! JT Morganberger? No, that's who you want! Who is this? She finally hung up on him. She was determined, though. She had to know who was calling. He was determined. She will hang up first. He will never say his name. He was not going to give her a fake name. He was just going to keep going and going and going. And I can tell you exactly how long it went on. Because like I said, when we would pause our screen to go to the bathroom or something, a little thing would come on to show exactly how long we'd been gone. And I actually remember exactly what time it was because I remember thinking like, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Luckily I didn't. It just went by unnoticed. This lady and Tyler went back and forth like this for 13 minutes and 47 seconds. Till she finally gave up. Then again, just Tyler had his way of doing that stuff. Confusing people. Like for example, a different night, one of the worst things that could happen to us, because we had these computers with us and we clocked in and out on them. And one of the things that sucked the most, when it was time to go home, our boss would come in and we'd announce, "Okay, everybody, log out and go home." And it was a little irritating when you were in the middle of a call because you had to finish up first. The most irritating was when he would say that, and that very second, somebody would pick up. Because now you had to do an entire sales call. Didn't dissuade Tyler, because it happened to him. Literally the second the boss said, "Okay, everybody, log out and go home," somebody picked up. Hello? Oh, hello. Boss said I gotta go home, so I gotta go home now. What? You called me. Yes, I know, but the boss said I gotta go home, so I gotta go home now. Hang up. What, boss? Huh? The boss said I gotta go home. It's time for me to go home now. What are you talking about? What? Yes, I gotta go. Hang up. Hang up the phone. What do you mean? Just hang up. But you called me. I was sitting here, again, listening, and Ken came over to get me because he was my ride, and he didn't know what was going on, but into Tyler's headset went, "We love you." He's just kidding. We hate you. Will you hang up the damn phone? That's what finally got the guy to hang up. I will say, one of the ones that I was the most proud of. This lady answered. Hello? 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 Help me! Help you? Yes! Please! Help! With what, sir? I got hit in the face with a bowling ball. What? I'm a cab driver. I was driving somewhere around. A couple of bowlers. We got into it. Took the bowling ball out. He hit me repeatedly. Again. Again. And again. And again. And again. And again. Okay, sir, I get it. You can stop. No, I can't. I didn't realize I was still going. Help! Sir, you need to call the police. I tried. I can't find the 11 button. That's, of course, when she figured out I was full of crap and hung up on me. But still, everybody around me was laughing. So I guess the moral of this story is, I'm pretty sure all these your car's extended warranty calls I get is probably some kind of cosmic karma for all the prank calls I used to make. So there you have it. That's my story video this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment. Tell me some prank calls you used to do. Love you guys.